Today I'm going to show you how you can deliver a high-quality production even if you and your team are spread out across the globe. Connecting creative teams from different locations is a need that more and more productions are facing, whether it's for financial or creative reasons or both. And this need is what has driven the evolution of Avid's MediaCentral Platform. With Avid Everywhere, our vision is to connect content creators with their audiences in the most powerful, efficient, and profitable ways. And today, this is a reality with the introduction of the Avid MediaCentral Platform, which provides the efficiency of a single underlying technology platform spanning content creation all the way through distribution. Layering on top of the platform is a set of powerful modular application suites for creating, storing, and managing media. And extending from the platform is the Avid Marketplace, which allows you to produce content, broker talent, collaborate, and leverage the power of what will be the largest network of media professionals in the world. And of course, all of this is backed by Avid's industry-leading advantage services and support. Today we're working on a scene from a very exciting new show that's running on Starz called Black Sails. Their production workflow takes them from Cape Town, South Africa, all the way to Los Angeles, California. As you can see, it's a very high-quality production with lots of action, visual effects, and sound design. And we're going to be taking you through some of the tools and workflows that were used to bring a show like this to air. So let's get started. If you back up a little and take a look at a very rough version of the edit, you'll see we have some previs elements in here, as well as some holes that we need to fill. So like almost every show these days, Black Sails shoots high-res media, but delivers an HD master for the Starz network. And no matter what format you're working with, XAVC, XD-Cam, or Red, Avid's AMA technology allows instant and direct access to the source media. Today we're working with ProRes that was shot with an Alexa camera. We're going to bring it in using Avid's AMA link function, which you may be familiar with. What you might not know is that if I hold the Alt or the Option key while dragging the files from the desktop, it'll automatically AMA link into my bin. So as is common these days, this footage has been shot log C in order to take advantage of the full dynamic range of the image. This gives you more flexibility in post, as you can apply 1D and 3D LUTs as well as color decision lists to your source media right inside of Media Composer. So let's take a look at several clips at once. As I said, they were shot log C. However, as we can see in the color encoding settings here, the Rec. 709 conversion has already been applied. That's because Media Composer has read the metadata in the files and identified the source color space as RA log C and converted it to Rec. 709 automatically. We can turn this off if we want to in our color management settings. Now this is just metadata, so if we want to, we can delete this and of course apply it to all the clips at the same time and then re-add it just by setting our source color space and then adding the conversion. So let's edit this clip into our timeline and start cutting the below deck scene. Having the ability to apply color transformations in this manner gives you the flexibility to make changes to your clips and sequences as needed. And in a collaborative production, you can count on changes and needing to make them fast. For example, let's say the DP on the shoot is crafting a custom LUT or CDL in Resolve to be added to the basic LUT we already applied. As you saw, our sequence is broken up into two scenes. We have a very chaotic one that takes place on the deck of the ship and another one that takes place down below. For the below deck scene, the DP may want a very specific look for us to work with in post. So if we go into our color management settings, again, we can import a custom LUT. So here's our specific LUT for scene 4 that we've crafted in Resolve. And we simply need to import it into our color management settings. Then if we come down here, you'll see there's our LUT for scene 4. So we can add that and apply it on top of the existing color transformation. And again, this is just metadata. We can move this around if we want and change the look a little bit. We'll apply it and click OK. And even though we may have already begun building our sequence to the existing media, I can simply refresh it to reflect the new color changes. Having direct real-time access to the raw source media is a huge time saver in many ways. And depending on the type of project, I might just choose to edit end-to-end this way. But for a project with a huge volume of high-res media, I'd prefer to transcode to Avid's native DNxHD codec. This will increase performance while decreasing my storage footprint. And it also effectively gives me a new copy of my media to work with, so that my sources can be archived. Doing a transcode to DNX doesn't even have to slow me down, as I can choose to run the process in the background. I'll transcode only the AMA linked media and choose to run it in the background. An offline placeholder clip is generated, and when the transcode is finished, it comes online automatically and is available to anyone on ISIS and Interplay, whether they are local or remote. So now that I've prepped all the footage, we can begin editing. And as I said, we have two different storylines happening, one above deck and one going on below deck. I'm going to get some help with the below deck scene from my friend Michael. And the great thing is that it doesn't matter where Michael is. Interplay, ISIS, and Media Composer enable him to edit from anywhere in the world. All I have to do is check in my sequence, and he's pretty much ready to go.
So I'm logged into Media Composer Cloud as a remote client. All I have to do is pull Corey's sequence out of the Interplay window, and I can start editing immediately. I'll do a quick search for anything checked in the last 10 minutes. So we'll select the Interplay window. I'm assuming that it was checked in, let's say, in the last 10 minutes. So I want to find a sequence that was checked in the last 10 minutes, and there it is. We'll go ahead and drag that into a bin, and there's Corey's sequence. So I'll simply double-click and open it up. And by the way, this is the clip that Corey transcoded, and I can immediately see that in my sequence. It's already available to me. And I'm actually currently streaming DNX HD proxy files via Interplay. And I have no connection to ISIS. You'll see that I'm not connected. I have no workspaces, but I'm looking at the media through the Media Composer Cloud. I also have the ability to adjust my bandwidth needs. For example, if I was on a 4G connection, I could set my quality to a lower level in order to enable better performance. Again, that's totally selectable by you in your settings. Now, the beauty of Avid Interplay is that it enables anyone on your team to take part in the creative process, no matter where in the world they may be. I could be anywhere in the world connected via the internet or just a 4G cellular signal. And every Media Composer system has the ability to connect to Interplay. That means, as a Media Composer editor, I can take on jobs from everywhere in the world, working with any facility that has Interplay and can stream proxies of high-res media in real time. Also, as a freelancer, I can subscribe to Media Composer on a month-to-month or an annual basis. This is great because now I have a choice. So in order to make it easier for individual editors and facilities to gain access to Media Composer when and how they want, this is a great function. Avid is now offering Media Composer using subscription or floating license models, and large productions will be able to dynamically allocate Media Composer licenses on-site and in the field as needed. You can also choose to buy Media Composer, or you can subscribe to it with cost-effective monthly and annual subscriptions as low as $49.99 a month. You can own it or rent it. It's your choice. Now, it's great that my editing capabilities are not limited at all. I can do anything on my remote editor that I'd be able to do if I was using Media Composer at the facility. Now, I did want to make sure that we thanked Stars for letting us use this great footage from Black Sails. So I'm going to add a promo. It's a QuickTime file here. I'm going to use AMA to link to the promo that I want to put to the end of our little sequence here. Let's go ahead and drop that in. You'll also see that the color is purple, showing me that that is an AMA linked file. But I also want to remote upload that. I want to send that up to Corey because, again, I'm working totally remote, not connected to an ISIS workspace. I want to send that to her so she will be able to work with it and finish it on her end. And all I need to do is sync the sequence, and it's sent automatically in the background while I keep editing. So I want to add a few more clips here to the sequence that Corey sent me. Here we have one little shot of the pirate getting up here. We'll add that. And maybe just one more. Because again, I'm working totally remote, but it's going to link back to the high-res media when Corey takes a look at what I'm sending her. Now, as long as my sequence is being synced, any additional local media that I'm editing into my sequence will automatically be uploaded based on the same settings that I've set before and I don't have to think about it. And now that I've finished my edit, I need to check it in, and Corey will instantly have access to any of the changes that I've made, as well as the new promo at the end. So we'll go ahead and check that into Interplay. And Corey will be able to see my changes, but I can keep editing remotely.
Thanks, Michael. Interplay makes it really easy. All I have to do is right-click to update from Interplay, and Michael's edits are there. And even better, the clips link to the high-res media immediately. I don't have to do anything. You'll see his edits are there, as well as the promo that he uploaded remotely. Beauty of it is that the material that's already on ISIS automatically links to the high-res here on my system, whereas it was linking to proxies on Michael's system.